前脚刚甩了要48.8万彩礼的女友，后脚就开着宝马上门退亲。
The girlfriend who just demanded a bride price of 488,000 yuan the very next moment drove up in a BMW to break off the engagement and even demanded back the gold necklace and bracelet. The boldest man in all of Jiangxi has appeared. This happened because blogger New Ernu had been in a relationship with his girlfriend for 6 years, and when it came to discussing the bride price, the two had major disagreements. The girlfriend insisted that in Jiangxi, 488,000 yuan was not a lot at all, and even claimed that in some places they ask for 700,000 to 800,000, or even $1 million. She said this was her security. The guy calmly tried to negotiate, asking if it could be less. Unexpectedly, the girlfriend said something shocking. Your family only has 300,000 yuan. You can just go borrow more. When the man asked, if I borrow money, are you willing to help me repay it? Her answer hit even harder. Of course I won't pay it back. Why should I? Getting married is your business, not mine. In the following argument, the girlfriend delivered the ultimate blow with just one sentence. Can you replace us women's reproductive value? Later, the guy still tried to salvage the relationship. On Qixi Festival, he gave flowers and gold, wanting to have a serious talk. But the moment bride price was brought up again, the girlfriend's face immediately soured. With no other choice, the guy let go. He then used the bride price money to buy himself a BMW. The next day, he went to her family and took back all the gold. Fiercely, he vented the anger of countless men. He proudly said, "Everyone, congratulate me on my new car, thank you. Men need to be tough. If someone dares to demand sky-high bride price, then walk away without hesitation." He even declared, "On Saturday, I'll go take back the rest of the gold. Don't call me a coward anymore. Anyone who says I'm just making videos for clout, I'll slap them with reality. Bride price should be reasonable. That money belongs to my parents. It's not for you to take and buy a house or car for your brother. How is that protecting your life? That's just draining me dry." When he asked once more, "If I borrow money, will you help repay it?" she coldly repeated, "I definitely won't repay it. Marriage is your responsibility, not mine. Women don't have to pay a cent. Our contribution is our bodies and our reproductive value." At that, the man realized there was no turning back. He ended it, reclaimed his things, and drove off in his BMW, showing everyone that men must stand up for themselves. In Beijing, many women from Jiangxi can't get married anymore. Is this because of the rumors? Recently, a young woman born in 1999 from Jiangxi came to me. She said she wanted to go on blind dates, but she found it absurd who started spreading that Jiangxi women demand a bride price of 383,000 yuan, plus 3 quilts and 2 wash basins. She said she has lived in Jiangxi all her life and has never heard of such things. But now, these rumors have ruined her prospects, and she feels like she can't get married. Currently, she only wants to find a man who works in Beijing, but whenever she takes interest in someone, as soon as they hear she's from Jiangxi, they run faster than anyone. So, I want to ask, have you ever personally encountered such real cases? How much savings do you have? Savings? Ha ha ha! My God, how much savings do you expect? At the very least, shouldn't you have a 5-digit number? But nowadays, when you ask young people who just graduated about savings, what savings could they possibly have? You're really asking for the impossible. Before we dive into all of this, let us know in the comments where you're watching this video from. Connecting with viewers across the world is a huge source of inspiration for us.
许你10万块钱的彩礼可以吗？不可以。
Would 10,000 yuan in bride price be enough to marry you? No, it wouldn't. Then how much? As much as he has, I'll take it all. What's your standard? My standard is to empty out all of his value. I think if a man can't earn 50,000 yuan a month, is he disabled or something? Then how much should the bride price be? 300,000 yuan, that's normal, not too much, right? Do you have a boyfriend? No, I've been single for a long time. How long? Say it out loud so everyone knows. 3 or 4 years, I guess. Single for 3 or 4 years already. Why do you think you've been single for that long? Because I haven't met any good-looking guys. Ha ha ha. So your standards are that high? Well, at the very least, he has to be 1.8 meters tall. And as for looks, he can't be too ugly. Height and looks and what else? Oh yes, he also has to have money. So how much should his monthly income be? Well, at the very least, his monthly income has to be, video cuts off,
为了给弟弟买房，把婚离了。姐，
In order to buy a house for her younger brother, she even got divorced. Sis, this is basically like a family version slave sacrifice machine. But in the end, the money was gone, the home was gone, and even she herself got looked down on by her sister-in-law for not being virtuous enough. Reality tells us, if you dismantle yourself to make others rich, they will only think you're in the way. Family affection is not an investment. Marriage is not a bargaining chip. You are not an ATM, and you are not a mortgage tool. Wake up. Buy back your own life first. Stop making yourself into someone else's family's richest man.
为了给我弟弟买房，我和我老公离婚了。然后
In order to buy a house for my younger brother, I divorced my husband. I used all the property and assets I fought so hard for after the divorce to buy a house for my brother. But what I never expected was, after my divorce, I had nowhere to go. When I went to my brother's place, my sister-in-law refused to let me in. She told me that now that I am divorced, I'm unlucky and bring bad fortune. Now, I really have no place to go. I gave up my marriage, I gave up my own life, all for my younger brother, and in the end, this is the outcome I got. I really regret it. If you're still watching, comment 1 so I know you're still with me.
9月6日的劲爆消息来了，逆天急。
On the 6th of September, the explosive news broke out. A fiery queen used a slipper to smack a man's face. She thought the man would tolerate her the way her husband does. But instead, the man launched a big counterattack. Did this woman think she was still at home, treating outsiders the same way?
把对自己老公的态度拿来对待别人。
Taking the same attitude she uses toward her husband and applying it to others. A few nagging words should have been enough. Why did she have to pull out a slipper? A face is not something you can just hit at will. After all, in life, we need this face in countless situations. I really wonder, if Liang Jingru didn't give you courage, then who recharged you with it? But in truth, it doesn't matter who. In the heat of the moment, once it turns into physical conflict, there are no winners. Not only can it cause real physical harm, but you may also have to bear legal responsibility. That is a loss far greater than any temporary satisfaction. When out in the world, if conflicts arise, don't let emotions take control. A moment's argument is not worth more than your safety. I hope everyone can remember this lesson. Use reason to resolve conflict, and avoid letting such incidents happen again. Video.
现在这个比彩礼，那个比彩礼，来比比配价来看看。
Every day, people compare bride prices. Who's asking for more? Who's asking for less? Let's take a look. A bride price of 588,000 yuan. A 146 square meter apartment? A Mercedes-Benz sedan? Gold jewelry, and a house fully furnished with appliances. So who really wins in this comparison? It's no longer about who asks for the bigger bride price. Now it's about who brings the bigger dowry. That's where the real pride of the bride's family lies.
我想问一下，您那儿有没有长得好点儿的，年收入过100万的男？
I want to ask, do you have any good-looking men with an annual income of over 1 million? If no one finds one for me, I'll look for one myself. Okay, then tell me about yourself. Well, recently I've been trying to lose weight. My height is 1.58 meters. My weight is around 150 pounds. I'm 36 years old, living here in Kangzhou. I work in the medical beauty industry. My annual income is around 120,000 to 150,000 yuan. I just want to find a man who earns over 1 million a year. But I don't hear what your advantages are. You're looking for a man with an annual income over 1 million. So what do you bring to the table? Well, I think in Kangzhou my annual income isn't low. Plus, I can have children, can't I? And my emotional intelligence isn't low either. So your point is, stop talking about my advantages. Just help me find someone good. You're saying that being a woman and being able to have children is your greatest advantage? Of course, isn't that obvious? My dear sister, are you joking with me? Is this meant to amuse me? Well, who doesn't want to find someone good? That's human nature. Your resources are good, so I called today hoping you'd help me find someone good. Look, this isn't just about matchmaking. This is like the stock market. You're here chasing performance. Everyone wants to find someone good. You don't have to keep repeating it. Of course, no one comes here asking for someone bad, but I can accept some flaws in a man. I'm not that picky. Really? Then could you accept someone who's 1.60 meters tall? No, definitely not. What about a man with a receding hairline balding in the middle? No, that won't do. I couldn't bring him out in public. What about a man with buck teeth? Of course not. How would I even kiss him? What about a man with a limp? What are you talking about? I came here to find someone good. Some small flaws I could accept, but come on. Just tell me, do you have men earning over 1 million a year or not? Then why ask me those questions earlier? Do you have them or not? No, sister, go look elsewhere. Didn't you just say you did? Well, fine. Go quickly then.
我就是想找一个千万富翁嘛，想找一个条件好的，对不对？
我啥呀？你就是有千万富翁啊。
I just want to find a multimillionaire. I mean, I want to find someone with really good conditions, right? You're looking for what? You just want to find a multimillionaire? Yes, at the very least, his total assets must be more than 10 million. That's the basic requirement. Otherwise, how could you even call him a multimillionaire? And secondly, age. He has to be 5 to 10 years older than me. Because I think men in that age range are mature, steady, charming, and know how to take care of people. Third, his height. It must be between 1.80 to 1.90 meters. Of course, if he's 2 meters tall, that's even better, right? Whether he's handsome or not comes second. But with that kind of height and looks, all our kids in the future are more likely to inherit his good genes. Fourth, he must own his own company, preferably a publicly listed company. That way, it proves he is really a boss, that he's capable, and that his abilities run deep. Fifth, he must have at least a bachelor's degree. No culture, no education, absolutely not. What if in the future we have kids, and he's uneducated? What will happen then? How could he help them with schoolwork, reading or writing, right? Wouldn't that mean we'd have no common language? Let me ask you, have you ever seen? I feel like you're contradicting yourself. Have you ever seen a rich man raise kids himself? Don't they all hire nannies? They hire educated people to do that, right? When you have money, you can solve everything by paying for it. Why would he himself need a bachelor's degree? But it's about face. If I take him out, it's impressive if he's educated. Sure, you can pay people, but then the child won't be close to his own father, will he? Okay, so let me ask you. With all these requirements you want in a man, what are your own conditions? Well, I only finished high school grade 10 to be exact. And now I'm 28 years old. I work in auto parts sales. My monthly salary is around 7,000 to 8,000 yuan. My weight is about 121 pounds. Overall, I think I'm okay. How tall are you? 1.65 meters. And your looks? Well, if we score looks out of 10, I'd probably give myself 4 or 5 points. 4 or 5 points? And you still think you can find a multimillionaire? Why? On what basis? Well, there are lots of single men out there, right? If I, with these standards, still can't find a boyfriend, then wouldn't that mean others have even less chance? I know there aren't that many millionaires or multimillionaires, but many of them inherited from their parents' or family's hard work and then worked hard themselves in this generation. That's how they came to be, isn't it? So why can't I meet one too? But why would he like you? Well, I may not be as beautiful as Chang, the moon goddess, but I'm still okay, right? I'm not missing arms or legs. I'm average in every way, so I'm acceptable. That's why when I brought up these requirements, my parents looked at me with shock and disbelief, like I was an alien. But isn't what I'm asking for just the basics? Why act so surprised? To me, it sounds like you've been brainwashed, hallucinating on fantasy dramas. Why not lower your standards? If you don't, by the time you're 40, you still might not find anyone. You actually believe the kind of stuff in Korean dramas, like some domineering CEO will fall in love with a divorced woman like you, or a single mom with kids? Do you think that's even possible? At best, you're just relying on luck. But this is pure daydreaming.
Blind
dates have turned into battles. Women want to verify assets, men want to verify the goods. Recently, a story came out from Beijing's matchmaking market. The woman opened with outrageous demands. The man must own a car worth at least 600,000 yuan, 3 properties inside Beijing's 5th Ring Road, at least 5 million yuan in savings, and he must pay her a bride price of 388,000 yuan. But the man didn't back down either. He shot back, "If you want me to show proof of assets, then I want proof of your body. I demand a premarital medical exam. You must have at least a bachelor's degree, you must be a virgin, and if your fertility is in question, forget it." The moment he said that, the woman exploded on the spot, furious and shouting. The two ended things in a bitter breakup. As the man walked out, he threw in one final remark. "Since you want traditional standards, then I want matching standards too. Bride price for virginity, houses for wombs, and financial guarantees for purity. So tell me, do you think this is fair? Click the link below my video and join the discussion." I feel that the men over there are all rather sleazy. They're not tall, and they're not good looking either. Even though I'm now searching in the dating market for my Prince Charming, as a 42-year-old woman as beautiful as a fairy, I believe that ordinary men are simply not worthy of me. Only tall, strong, and enduring foreign men can really make my eyes light up. American men in particular. Their physiques are great, their bodies are excellent. Even if they casually wear just a shirt, there's this air, this temperament, that feels so attractive. By contrast, Chinese men are all bewitched by me, completely losing their minds. Sometimes just one look from them already feels disgusting. It's like they're all sleazy. Everyone calls me Ping Ping. I'm now 42 years old from Shanghai. I used to look just like any ordinary girl, but I had a heart that longed to improve. In order to win the foreign man of my dreams, I didn't hesitate to spend all of my family's savings on plastic surgery. Sure enough, after the surgery, I transformed into a goddess. They even said I had turned into Dilraba Dilmurat, so I took my fairy-like beauty to the dating scene, just to see how men would react now that I had become beautiful. But in fact, my requirements aren't that high. As long as the man is a wealthy, handsome foreigner who gives me 80,000 yuan each month as pocket money after marriage and treats me like a little princess, that would be enough. With the help of the show's production team, I was soon matched with a man from Malaysia. At first sight, I wasn't satisfied, because he wasn't the dark-skinned, handsome guy I had dreamed of. But after getting to know him more deeply, I began to feel interested in him. We talked all night until dawn. I even took the initiative to add his contact and asked him out several times. But to my surprise, after that night, he disappeared as if he had evaporated from the earth. From my perspective, with my sexy, captivating looks, any man should be utterly mesmerized by me. There was no reason for him to refuse. A fairy like me. On the verge of collapse, I even threatened my life, forcing the production team to track him down again. That's when he finally told the truth, especially at this age. It's not just about someone's appearance. Many successful women aren't especially beautiful, but their inner qualities and temperament shine in ways that plastic surgery cannot provide. Although he admitted that after surgery I looked stunning, my temperament did not meet his standards. This sudden blow broke me completely. So I went to foreign bars, hoping that with my alluring figure and beautiful face, I could attract the favor of foreigners. The production team, seeing that I still wouldn't give up, arranged for me to meet 3 foreign men at once. The moment I saw the 3 handsome guys, I was so excited I could hardly breathe. Every move they made exuded charm. During our conversations, they treated me with admiration and friendliness. I knew they had already been captivated by my beauty, but strangely enough, as soon as the speed dating session ended, they instantly acted as if they didn't know me, and even told the crew they had no interest in me at all. At that moment, my last bit of hope finally died. Still, I firmly believe that my true Prince Charming is on his way to marry me. Just like in American movies, I fantasize about being Captain America's girlfriend. Brother Jackie Chan once said that men should always guard themselves against women. Back then, he was heavily criticized. But that was until everyone saw what happened to Zhao Enjin. Rich, handsome, loyal, hardworking, he handed over billions in assets. In the end, he was left with nothing, not even allowed to see his own daughter. This is the consequence for a man who hands over all his income. And then there's Jackie Chung, over 60 years old and still jumping on stage, working hard to support his family. Wang Bo Kiang. Brothers, remember this. When women take charge of the household, the house collapses. Wake up, brothers. Today, China's social trends highlights a troubling reality. According to official data, in 2024, China recorded fewer than 7 million newborns, the lowest figure in decades. At the same time, the elderly population over 65 has already surpassed 300 million. The divorce rate among the post-1,982 generation has reached 45%, meaning tens of millions of families have broken apart. These aren't just statistics, they are a warning sign of the weakening foundations of family and traditional values. Facing this reality, China's social trends reminds us, true happiness in marriage does not come from money or extravagant demands, but from love, respect, and the timeless values of family. Only these can provide real stability for society and ensure a healthy future for the next generation. 2. So, what do you think, are money and bride price more important than love and responsibility in marriage? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next big story. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.